Here's a video requested by popular demand. What does it look like when we take off from land and are flying to the boat? Well, here you go. Hello everybody, I'm your host and voice for today's video, Rob Roy. That's me sitting in the left seat of the mighty C-2 Greyhound, and we're about to take off from the airport and head out to the USS Harry S. Truman. We're done with our takeoff checks, just got cleared for takeoff from the tower, and we have to leave now if we're going to make our ramp time. Here we go, feet on the brakes, up and over with the power levers, out of ground idle and into full power. Circuit breakers are all in, good hides, trim, configuration, oil pressure, good engines, no caution or warning lights. Runway heading is bugged, I like it, he likes it. Let's go! Left hand on the yoke, holding full power with the other, and right foot pushing down on the right rudder pedal. Good engines. 50 knots, speed's alive. Loosening up on the yoke a little, waiting for VR. We're there, rotate. 2 positive rates, gears coming up. Flaps coming up. Flying runway heading, following the SID. I got 1, 2, 3 up and locked on the left. Alright, that's a normal takeoff in a nutshell. As you can see, though not nearly as intense as a cat shot, but still plenty of room for things to go wrong. Now let's jump ahead a little further into the flight. I thought this would be cool to show you guys as we go flying into the clouds. The nickname for this is called Flying in the Goo. Basically, anytime you're in IMC or instrument meteorological conditions. Man, that's a mouthful. Now, at this point, we're getting vectored towards the location of the carrier, but we'll soon be able to pick up father, aka the ship's TACAN, or Tactical Air Navigation. We usually have a decent idea where the ship will be, but sometimes we do have to go out and find it, which can be equal parts adventurous and extremely nerve-wracking. Hey, look at that! We just popped through and found blue skies. Man, what a beautiful day. Alright, let's keep jumping ahead so we can get a little closer to the boat. Here we are, still a little ways out from the carrier, but we started our descent. We need to get down from whatever altitude we were last at, sometimes 10 to 15,000 feet, all the way down to 800 feet for the overhead. This is a great opportunity to make up some time by trading altitude for airspeed, which very much comes in handy if we're ever running late. And I don't know if you can tell from the video, but our instrumentation is shaking pretty good. The D&E speed, or do not exceed speed in the C2 is 343 knots. Let's just say I would love to be somewhere over the 300 knot mark, but of course would never violate NATOPS. But still, 300 plus knots is not too bad for a 35-year-old twin-engine turboprop. Alright, let's jump ahead for the last time so I can show you what it's like to come in for the overhead, followed by an arrested landing. Here we are, less than a mile behind the ship at 800 feet and 250 knots, coming in for the overhead carrier brake. Notice we're offset from the boat just ever so slightly to the right, exactly where we want to be to give us visibility down below to make sure the landing area is clear, which it looks like it is. Now this will be a pretty standard approach, no shithots today. Procedure dictates we fly a mile upwind in front of the ship, then execute the brake. All we do now is fly our numbers and wait until we're showing 1 mile DME on the PFD. We have the pattern to ourselves, but quick glance to the left to make sure we're clear. 60-degree angle bank turn to the left, holding that altitude by keeping our nose on the horizon. Now pulling back on the yoke so we can start slowing down to get below our gear speed of 190 knots. A big angle bank turn like this really forces the airplane to slow down and helps us maintain a tight pattern. Little nose up trim. Checking our spacing from the ship. There's 190, clear me on the gear. And he says, clear. Alright, I'll take the landing checks. Power lever lock, it's set. Hook, it's down. Landing gear, I got 1, 2, 3 down and locked on the left and on the right. Flaps, 2/3. Max rudder switch, 20 degrees. Crew, ready. Harnesses, locked. Now here's a great shot showing us on downwind in the pattern, 1 mile abeam. I keep looking to my left for visual reference, always double checking our spacing from the boat. Now we're abeam to the stern, starting my approach turn. 30 degrees angle of bank, pulling the power back slightly, aiming for 500 to 600 on the VSI. If I do this right, we should be at 450 feet at the 90. As we get closer to the 90, I'm trying to decide if I should hold the turn I've got, tighten it up, or make it wider. Okay, here's the 90, but I think this is looking good. It's all about getting to a good start. I'm also starting to look at the AOA, or angle of attack indicator. We're showing a little fast, which is okay, but ideally we get on speed by the start. There's a flicker of on speed showing we're slowing down nicely. And here's one of the coolest shots in all my Navy videos. Man, those colors are epic. Okay, I'm going to wrap up this turn, which honestly is looking really good. There's the wings level transition, which perfectly set me up to be on speed with a good sight picture. Now my eyes are bouncing between the flight deck and my instruments. Meatball, lineup, AOA. Work on the yoke to fight the burble. There's a little power. Ball showing a little crester, but don't want to get slow or low here. Now the ball is sinking a little more power. We're slow. Power, get on center line. Woo! We did it. Well, that's it for me. You now have all the tools you need to become a naval aviator. Until next time, see ya!